Hey Francis, your right hand is coming off of the golf club, and it's primarily because of a few things. One, when I took a look at your grip, you're actually gripping your left thumb right in between your lifeline here. So you don't actually have the thumb and the thumb over the index finger, the right thumb over the index finger. You're actually gripping it more like this. So you're going to have to, one of the things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to roll your right hand over so it fits squarely, flatly, right here on the V, and your thumb is more like more inside. It's not actually around the shaft, so you need to put your thumb around the shaft like so, and so then the right palm fits right on top.
Put the heel pad there, both thumbs are down. Getting into my prop. Got my elbow. Okay.
How to get the thumb and forefinger grip for each hand, so your hand doesn't roll off the grip while you're going to position one. I'm going to do this without a golf club. It's just easier to do it that way, quite frankly. Alright, so you got the club in the hand, and on the left hand, you've got to have the thumb, forefinger, all as one unit. You can see the pad, the V there, that's where the palm fits on. If you're gripping the shaft with the thumb closer to the forefinger, you're going to feel the thumb right in the lifeline area of your right palm. That's incorrectly. That's going to cause things to come up. So the first, and then also when you're gripping with your left, you look down your left, you don't want to see any more than this middle finger knuckle. If you see any more than that, then you're too strong. If you see any less than that, you're too weak. So the first thing you do is you get your grip with your left, and make sure the forefinger and the thumb are touching. If they're not, then it's incorrect. Now basically then you've got this set, you got your dimple here, and you got your thumbs down, and so then what you do is you're then going to put your right on. We'll talk later about that. The right goes on, and the important thing about this, assuming you already know about the grip, is that this area right here, this area fits right on this area here. So it fits right on like that. So get your grip with your left, put your right on, and then both thumb and forefingers touch. Now you've got your grip. You don't want to be out here, you want to be inside. The right elbow has to be tucked in. Can't be facing 6 o'clock. Otherwise you're going to fly the elbow. So the elbow has to be tucked in right here into the waistline, so that as you go to position one, the elbow is not sliding to position one, it's winding to position one. There's a big difference there, because as it slides, then it's going to lift. As it just stays in tight, then you can come up. And I'll show that to you this way. This is the lifting of the elbow, sliding of the elbow, coming around with the elbow tucked in. The elbow didn't slide back, the elbow didn't lift up. The elbow stays into the waist, so when you're at position one, then you can now go to position two. And then of course position three, squared position four. Alright, so we basically, once again, we get our grip, we make sure that the thumb, palm, it's right there on that location, just like a catcher's mitt. Now, position one. Now, if your elbow is flying, then you're not going to get to position one. And by the way, at position one, this is an extension of the left arm right here. It absolutely must be a straight line from here to here. That is not a straight line. That is not a straight line. A straight line is right like that. Straight line. How do you get that? The dimple, thumbs down, face 3, boom, you are set. One long piece. As you come back, you don't do, you keep it straight. Gramps calls it loaded. Keep it loaded. Now, the other thing that there's a problem with that can happen with the grip is even though the thumbs are down at address, they can flatten out. See, the thumbnail has to always be down on the shaft. So in essence, it's a feeling of rolling the right palm around the shaft, you roll it, roll it, roll it to position 1, and if the thumbnail is pointing to the air, you've flattened out your swing. So thumbnail is actually got to be pointing right directly at you. Then there's position 2, which is right here. Going to have a little bow in the arm, and 2, 3, square. Golfometric to help you all get the thumb and forefinger grip. It's a grip used by Bobby Jones, Ben Hogan, Joe Norwood of course taught it, I teach it. The hardest part about this grip is the way the club is held and the fact that most people grip the club in their fingers here so they have a long thumb. So let's start out, this is how we do this. I'm going to come up a little bit closer to you and I'm putting my palms out. And basically we're going to start just with the right. So what I have is my thumb facing out, not tight, facing straight out. And all I'm doing is this. You can see you got to have strong tendons. And I'm just doing this. I'm flexing this joint of the index finger. Flex it and practice that because you don't want to do this. You want a flat hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2. Just bring the thumb over and touch it. 3, 4, 5. Then keep doing this 10 times a day. And then, as you turn, there's your thumb and forefinger grip. And so we do the same thing with the left. And you can see my left is not as strong as my right, so my tendons are moving here. So you want to hold those down as best as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then thumb over, thumb over, thumb over, thumb over. Not there, not flat, not to. You want to bring it over so you get the V. The problem with all golfers is that they break their wrist. At impact, you'll see on the Joe Norwood video, you'll see my grandfather doing this. You can call that a delayed hand, but that's where the club is behind the hands. As Joe says, when the club passes the hands, then error happens. Well, how do you get the club to not pass the hands? Well, you have to work on this. How do you get this movement? Well, one way of doing it is, first is just take your grip as best as you can, get your hands, and then just fold the right palm, right hand, back into the elbow. When I say fold into the elbow on my forearm, that's what I mean. It's just this. Now, and then you just practice down, push, push. Most golfers hit the ball like this. You swing down, push, piston, feel the piston. 1, 2, 3. So, we got our grip. I've folded my hand, my elbow's in tight, rotated around the waist. Rotated, elbow is still tucked in. It's not back, it's not up. I'm bringing it around, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. Left arm down, push, down, keep the left down. 1. Just do this. Don't move the body. Fold, unfold, chuck, unchuck, hinge, unhinge. Then square the shoulders without moving the hips. Square the shoulders and push, 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 down, down, down. Keep pushing down, down, down. And push down, down, down. Not up, not up. Push down, down, down. Okay, here's the golfometric to help you keep your right elbow into your waist. This is in golfometrics. It's not, there's no picture illustration, but it is in the book. And what you're basically going to do is you get your grip and get your elbow into your waist. Start off, I'm going to use a putter. By the way, this is my 1935 putter. Love a blade. Get my grip, and I'm going to push the elbow around the waist. I'm going to push the elbow around the waist. I'm going to push the elbow. I'm going to push in tight, push the elbow. So, down, 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 and then boom. It's interesting, huh? Have that out right there, huh? Bring it back. Boom. Square. 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 Okay, Francis, I think I put enough up on YouTube to give you an idea of what to work on. I'm just going to recap. You have an absolutely beautiful cross lateral. You're holding your hips. What I would like to see is, I would like to see the left knee coming into the right thigh to lock it. But you're so still on the hips, which is why even though you're coming up like that, as you drop down, your palm actually gets back on the position and you hit the ball out. The problem is you can't be like that. Recap. One thing I noticed, it appeared in the video that you are placing the ball too far back in your stance. So just make sure it's right off the instep of the left foot. Make sure you have a closed stance. I see this getting comfortable, and that could end up being open or closed, but you do have a really good cross lateral, as I said earlier. You are chucking out of the elbow really, really good. What happens though is when you do chuck, you're hitting up on the ball, so you want to swing down another 2 or 3 inches, and you're going to work on that piston action. Big thing is you're gripping the club here with your palm on your thumb, and you're flaying your elbow. So, one of the things you're going to see in the video is I have a club here, and I'm pushing it back here, pushing it back to keep it so it doesn't go up, doesn't slide. It's got to stay in tight. So keep it in tight. Just do this. You'll see this. See my grandfather doing this all the time. Just do it. Just keep just doing this. And remember that thumb's got to not be pointing to the sky. It's got to be pointing to 3 o'clock. So thumbs down. Thumbs down. Thumbs can be down right here and come up right here. So to keep the thumbs down at position 1, you have to actually rotate or counterclockwise the wrist. If you don't, it'll break. So, and that's maximum tension. Maximum tension. Maximum tension. And of course, Gramps always used to tell me, right knuckle into the shoulder, and if the thumb is flat, it can't come into the shoulder. So it's got to, only way the knuckles come into the shoulder is if the thumb is down at position 2, position 1, and the address. So be careful of this. So rotate that. That's a good metric for you. That's what I would do. That's a good one. 1, 2, 3. Just feel the elbow. I can feel that tension. Feel the elbow in, and then and through. And it's not, impact is not that. Impact is down, down, and through. Down, not, see the club move? Watch, the club's not moving now. Club's not moving. Now the club moves. Now the club moves. And then you may hold it here, but you're still hitting up on the ball. It'll come up with its normal it'll come up with its normal acceleration. It's not, you know, it goes down and it'll come right back up. Guarantee you. No one ever left the club in the dirt.